all gotten to know and love Klaus for a few years on the Vampire Diaries. But in the originals, what do you feel the city itself and being back with some older friends, now foes, what sides of him do you think that'll bring out that we maybe won't expect from what we do know about him?
Well, I think, when Klaus was in New Orleans, he was still on the run from his father.
Mm-hmm.
So he was a different person then. He's gained a little confidence, a little momentum since he's been in Mystic Falls. He managed to kill his father, who pursued him for almost 1,000 years, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So he's really been able to grow and grow more powerful and more confident. So going back there, I think, like returning to your childhood home, it unearths all of those kind of vulnerabilities, those little insecurities that you thought had been buried a long time ago. There's also, he also loved New Orleans. He says it in the pilot. He loved the freedom of the city, and it certainly seems, coming back to it, that it's somewhere where vampires can really be vampires, embrace their true nature, and so he's very much into that. So I think we're going to see him reveling a little more.
Okay.
I think, he came in with one purpose to Mystic Falls, to break that curse, and then he stuck around, but he was very malevolent and very kind of malicious, and I think we're going to see him enjoying his true nature there, as well as struggling with the idea of being an expectant father.
Right.
That's a whole other kind of worms. Nothing to do with the city, but that's going to bring out a whole.
Oh, it'll bring out. I mean, talking about his family issues and his father issues. I mean, he's always struggled with. We've seen on Vampire Diaries, we've talked about family being power, but struggling with the specific dynamics of his family. And now here's a chance to create his own family in a way. Does he have it in him to be successful as a powerful patriarchal figure, or is he going to have to grow into that?
Well, it
it's going to be some time. It's not like the baby's coming tomorrow.
No,
but
he has. I think it's a werewolf pregnancy is the same duration as a regular pregnancy. So he has 9 moons to kind of,
right.
come to terms with the idea of figure out how he's going to raise this child, or if he's going to raise this child, if he's going to want this child to survive. I think he. I don't know. It depends what you deem a successful parental figure. I would imagine he'll be a bit of a disciplinarian if he does buy into it and decide he wants to raise the child. I would like to think that he will care for the child, although he probably won't want anyone else to know it because it'll be a sign of weakness, right? It'll be somewhere he's vulnerable and he won't like that. But I don't know. I'd like to think there's hope for him, yeah.
Well, I mean, because in general, there are a lot of things that we've seen him kind of try to do, and his family in some ways have thwarted certain aspects of it. We're working, Elijah's a lot more involved now. We're going to see more of that brother dynamic. Yeah. Do you see that they can work together well as brothers? Or do you expect a lot of conflicts still between them, even if technically, it should be, I think, it should be the brothers maybe against his former protege?
I think it's going to be both. The family dynamic between them and indeed our other sibling, Rebecca, it has always been complicated, and we're absolutely going to see them work together. We're going to see them join forces, and how fearsome that can be when the 2 original brothers join forces. But also, Klaus just has a real problem with trust. He has some real trust issues.
And I think, to be fair, that's a good thing. Like, he should have problems. Like, he should be wary of these people.
I think so. He's always felt, I think, a little inadequate, being the half-brother, the bastard child, the black sheep of the family. And I think that insecurity stops him from really, truly trusting his siblings, Although, thinking about it, he's betrayed them far more than they've betrayed him. I don't know how many times he's put a dagger in both of them.
Right.
But,
kind of gets in his own way.
Exactly, yeah. So, I think we're in for lots of both. But I know that the love, the bond is always there underneath it all. I have a brother, and you can annoy each other like no one else can, but you always have that underlying love, that unconditional love.
Right.
I think.